Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Corruption is a serious problem that affects millions of people around the world. It undermines democracy, human rights, and economic development. In this video, I will be counting down the top 10 most corrupt countries in the world in 2023, based on the latest reports and rankings from various sources. These are the countries where bribery, nepotism, fraud, and abuse of power are rampant and where citizens have little trust in their governments and institutions. Let's get started. Nigeria. Nigeria is Africa's most populous country and one of its largest economies. However, it also suffers from widespread corruption, especially in the public sector. According to Nigerian Infopedia, Nigeria ranks as the 10th most corrupt country in the world 2023, with a score of 19 out of 100 on the Corruption Perceptions Index. Some of the factors that contribute to corruption in Nigeria include weak institutions, poor governance, political patronage, oil theft, and terrorism. Pakistan. Pakistan is a nuclear-armed country with a strategic location in South Asia. However, it also faces many challenges, such as terrorism, poverty, and corruption. According to Transparency International's Corruption Perceptions Index, this ranking implies that there are countries with higher levels of perceived corruption. Pakistan ranks as the 9th most corrupt country in the world 2023, with a score of 18 out of 100 on the CPI. Some of the factors that contribute to corruption in Pakistan include nepotism, bribery, money laundering, tax evasion, and judicial interference. Afghanistan. Afghanistan is a war-torn country that has been struggling with instability and violence for decades. It is also one of the poorest and most corrupt countries in the world. According to World Population Review, Afghanistan ranks as the 8th most corrupt country in the world 2023, with a score of 16 out of 100 on the CPI. Some of the factors that contribute to corruption in Afghanistan include insecurity, weak governance, illicit drug trade, foreign aid dependency, and Taliban influence. Number 7. Syria. Syria is a country that has been devastated by a brutal civil war since 2011. War in Syria has led to the nation receiving a wave of relief and opposing forces from international organizations, which has created an environment rife with mismanagement and corruption. According to World Population Review, Syria ranks as the 7th most corrupt country in the world 2023, with a score of 13 out of 100 on the CPI. Some of the factors that contribute to corruption in Syria include human rights violations, political repression, sectarian violence, foreign intervention, and humanitarian crisis. Yemen. Yemen is a country that has been engulfed by a deadly conflict since 2014. Regardless of who started the war in Yemen, the conflict has wreaked havoc on the nation, creating a humanitarian crisis and a system of exploitation within the government. It is also one of the most corrupt countries in the world. According to World Population Review, Yemen ranks as the 6th most corrupt country in the world 2023, with a score of 16 out of 100 on the CPI. Some of the factors that contribute to corruption in Yemen include civil war, famine, cholera outbreak, economic collapse, and foreign interference. Number 5. Sudan. Sudan is a country that has been plagued by political turmoil and ethnic violence for years. It is also one of the most corrupt countries in the world. According to the Boutique Adventurer, Sudan ranks as the 5th most corrupt country in the world 2023. Some of the factors that contribute to corruption in Sudan include dictatorship, military coup, human rights abuses, genocide, and sanctions. Number 4. Venezuela. Venezuela is a country that has been suffering from a severe economic and social crisis for years. With great wealth can come great causes for conflict, which, for Venezuela, has been the case. As a result, it is also one of the most corrupt countries in the world. According to World Population Review, Venezuela ranks as the 4th most corrupt country in the world 2023, with a score of 14 out of 100 on the CPI. Some of the factors that contribute to corruption in Venezuela include hyperinflation, shortages of basic goods and services, political oppression, mass protests, and migration. Number 3. Iraq. Iraq is a country that has been ravaged by war and violence for decades. It is also one of the most corrupt countries in the world. Countries continue to make efforts to combat corruption and improve their rankings. According to U.S. News & World Report, Iraq ranks as the third most corrupt country in the world 2023. Some of the factors that contribute to corruption in Iraq include sectarianism, militias, oil smuggling, and foreign occupation. Somalia. A lack of central government and the ongoing conflict has positioned Somalia as one of the three most corrupt countries for 2 years running. According to the United Nations, more than 70% of Somalia's government assets had been exploited and diverted for private gains. According to World Population Review, Somalia ranks as the second most corrupt country in the world 2023, with a score of 13 out of 100 on the CPI. Some of the factors that contribute to corruption in Somalia include civil war, terrorism, piracy, clan politics, and weak institutions. Before go to number 1, welcome to be sure to press the like button and don't forget to subscribe. South Sudan. This oil-rich country became a republic, but just 2 years later, in 2013, it descended into civil war. Since then, corruption has been a major issue, with President Salva Kiir claiming more than $4 billion United States dollars has been stolen from the state through embezzlement and bureaucratic corruption. According to World Population Review, South Sudan ranks as the most corrupt country in the world 2023, with a score of 11 out of 100 on the CPI. Some of the factors that contribute to corruption in South Sudan include ethnic violence, humanitarian crisis, oil revenue mismanagement, and foreign intervention.